Right. Okay. Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another conversation about Love Island USA. Listen, I would have got this out to you guys last night, but I was caught up watching the BET Awards. We are going to do a video on that separately when it comes to the BET Awards, and we'll get into those things. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Love Island USA. I'm just trying to get my notes and things up over here on my end. So make sure that you're coming in. You are indeed liking the video. Um, okay, so my computer's trying to freeze just a little bit. That's crazy work. You know what else was crazy work? Child, how the producers came together and pretty much kept Liv and Rob in the house. Okay, that is what they did. I'm not mad at it. Makes for good TV, but we definitely have to go through the whole episode. Okay, before we get to the grand finale and all of that. Okay. Um. Okay. Is this okay? Let's see if it's gonna act up on me now. I think we may be good. Okay. I think we may be good. Okay, what's today? Monday? Yes. Okay, so happy Monday, everybody. It is July 1st. Okay, I hope everybody has a great July. All right, but let's go ahead and talk about the show. Okay, so first of all, Miguel and Leah, they have now come together because Miguel is trying to figure out a way to save his arse. Okay, so he decided that he's gonna connect with Leah. Leah was kissing him down in front of everybody in the villa. All right, now let me say this, put this out here. What's up, honey? What's up? What else is going on? Podcast. So what's going on? I know some other people had hit me up like, girl, what is going on? Like, why you haven't? We need you to get to it. So I'm like, I'm here. Okay. So let me say this about Leah, y'all. Y'all know I have not been featuring Miss Leah at all. But this is one of the ways Miss Leah can turn over a different leaf for me. And that is by moving the hell on from Rob. Okay. Moving on from Rob, I might start liking Miss Leah more because, when they said that Leah does certain things to get her way or whatever, she acts out or whatnot, I feel like that was true. I mean, I don't think it's an uncommon thing for a lot of people, but I just wasn't really featuring her. It's like, you know what I'm saying? The way she really wanted Rob. And it's like Rob is slick trying to tell you and he playing in your face or whatever. And it just didn't make her look good. Nor did it make Rob look good. So her moving on, I might start back liking Leah. So anywho, Miguel and Leah. So Miguel says that he's really feeling her. But because we know that Miguel has come onto the show and said that he's here to play the game or whatever, he's trying to win the game. That is something that just makes me not feel like he's 100% genuine when it comes to Leah. Over time, it might show that he is, but right now, the verdict is still out, okay? The verdict is still out, and I don't want Leah to get in this place where she's so wrapped up into one person like she was with Rob, because you see how that went, right? So it's best for her to explore her options. Like Miguel, he's very handsome. I'm sure you can like him all day long, but don't let him be your only one, okay? So shout out to Costa Amor that is indeed on the way. Now he says that she is a vibes girl or whatever, and that makes him laugh. Okay, so he feels like he likes the vibes with her. She's funny. She's blushing. She says whenever she's near him. It's making me think of Usher. My love just come down whenever I'm near you. Like that's what it's giving. So, anywho, they're excited to lay next to each other. Okay, she's excited to have somebody that is, the body is giving. All right, he's pleasing to the eye, and he's likely gonna be cuddling up on under her because she ain't want Connor pretty much touching her for real, for real. Okay, now there's that. Okay, Janae and Kenny, they're continuing to connect. I don't know about Kenny. I hope Janae finds somebody else in Costa because I just don't know about Kenny, y'all. I know Janae may like him, but maybe it is because he's young. I feel like he's a little dry, and we're still getting to know Kenny. So we gonna see how that play. Okay. What else we got? So yeah, he didn't really say okay, boom. So this is what it really was, girl. Janae sat up there and had said that she missed Kenny. Okay. I'm sorry, not Miss Kenny, but she was excited to, be with Kenny that night, lay with him. Kenny did not say the same thing back. I kind of felt the way. Kenny didn't say that. He just started talking about his damn sleep position. I said, Kenny, what, honey? You don't really like Janae like that. You just know that we do. We see you, sir. We see you. So she's like, she's excited to lay with him. He didn't really respond. He just said, he just starts talking about his sleeping position. I thought that was weird. He says he hasn't slept with anyone in 4 months. She then asked him about his body count. He says he has like 40 plus or something like that. And he's kind of gotten to the place, at least what I took from it, where sex isn't as important as I guess it used to be, or you can, when you've grown, okay, when you're not trying to hump on everybody, basically. All right. So that's what's going on with them. Janae is she says she's loving his energy, and I'm like, what energy, Janae? This is why we need live feeds back. I need to see people like how they really are out, you know what I'm saying? When they think that it's not camera time or something. Like, I need to see what is this energy she's talking about, because I'm not seeing it. And I'm really feeling away. This is what Janae's third guy. She went from Coy to Connor to Kenny, a piece of Hakeem, which didn't even count. And it's crazy because I feel like all of them have been dry as hell. I feel like all of them have been dry as I don't know what. When it comes to Hakeem, I feel like she's not his type, but I feel like Hakeem probably would have gave her more energy. I don't know. Maybe it would have been a friendship energy though. But I'm tired of them linking her up with dudes that's really not that interested. What else? So Kenny does hug her and says that he's happy. Yeah, you happy to be in a damn house. Anywho, let's get to Rob and Cassidy. Rob, honey, I was with you with the Leah thing, not in the beginning, because I was with Leah in the beginning. Okay. After Andrea went home, I was with you on that. Okay. Rob, baby, you back to getting on my nerves. Okay. You're back to getting on my nerves. If you don't want to, okay, if you don't want to be there, go on, honey. Okay. It's making me think about Fantasia. Free yourself, please. Please free yourself. If you don't wanna, then don't talk to me, okay? Go ahead and free yourself, because you really slick don't want to be there. I don't know who got you thinking you supposed to stay. I don't know if you need to check, okay? Because I'm sure the longer y'all stay in the villa, y'all probably getting paid oh so much money for every episode that you probably make, possibly that on top of whatever you may win at the end. You know what I'm saying? On top of the exposure. But I don't, what's going on? What's happening? Okay. So he asked Cassidy, like, why did you pick me? And it's like, I mean, I guess that's a typical question. I was really finna judge him and say, what do you mean? Why did she pick you? As if you didn't run up in her face to make sure that you were saved that night. You knew what it was when you signed up. But that's a common thing people want to ask, so whatever. She says that she likes the things he told her about him. So I said, girl, when did he tell you anything about him? So when did that? See, this is what I'm saying, live feeds. Y'all need to bring it back, because when did they really have a talk for real, for real? Okay? When did they have a conversation? He then says there's a lot about him that she doesn't know. I said, same damn thing I'm saying. Because when the hell did y'all get to know each other like that? Okay. She asked him to tell her more. So then he says that he skydived by himself. I said, bitch, if you don't sound like Cordell when he was first talking to Serena, okay, I'm sure she was expecting to know way more than the fact that you skydived by your guy. Okay, you know what what's going on? Boring on purpose is what it's giving. Okay. Then he tells her about how him, Connor, and Aaron plan on taking the trip across the Vietnam. I was like, whoa, buddy, that's not what I was expecting. I don't feel like that allows her to develop a deeper connection with you for real, for real. I figure he probably would go into the things that he like and stuff like that. It was giving, I don't want you to get to know me, and I don't want to get to know you, and I don't like you, and I just have to make sure that I make it to Casa in hopes that my girl is over there or something. But like, I really could care less about all of this shit you over here talking about. Girl, let me tell you, they embarrassed Miss Cassidy this entire Miss Man was embarrassed this whole damn episode. Like, it was so cringe worthy to see her like walk off from him. Okay. And it was giving like a frustrating, I think she said some sound she made. She seemed like she could have been a bit frustrated, got up, hit her damn self with the water bottle or whatever. I don't know if that was at the same time. I feel like they may have had a different was that another conversation? Yes, yes, yes. That was another conversation that happened between them. But she hit herself with the water bottle, child, and walked off. Like it was. I was like, this man, y'all have been embarrassing this woman. Okay, from the moment, and so you know what, Cassidy, I know the producers by got in your ear and said, whatever you do, you better listen. Rob better stay in this house. Period. That's probably what they told you, but girl, you should have went figured when the person that you were really interested in came in and wasn't giving you the energy that you were desiring. And the moment he gave you the energy was when when it was about to be time for the elimination round, basically. The same thing y'all said Serena did. Uh-huh. Let's keep going. So Kendall and Nicole, she says after talking to Miguel, she didn't think his intentions were genuine. So she ended up choosing Kendall. Okay. Now, listen, Nicole, you ain't been a fave of mine, but listen, I will give that to you. And I'm glad that you're seeing what I'm seeing. I don't think that he's 100% genuine. And I'm glad that you noticed that. She says the comfortability. I just messed my words up, but the comfortableness that she gets with Kendall, she don't get with Miguel. And I'm like, I can see that. I mean, because Miguel is still like that player. Kendall gives he's gonna settle down, So I'm not gonna be mad at the decision you make. I know Kendall's gonna be very happy about that. So y'all will make it to the end, but y'all it's not gonna win, okay? So that was cool. Nigel and Liv. Now, Nigel pissed me the hell off. And Nigel, baby, I'm glad that you got the hell up out of there. And let me tell you something else. And I'm going to see if I can find it. Because they was wearing you out on social media because there is a text message that has been floating around. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, there's been a text message floating around of you. I guess you was going off on some young lady online. Am I able to find it? Let me see, child. Oh, I hate it. I thought I saved it. Oh, I wished I would have saved it. I hope they didn't take it down. But there was a text message right before he came onto the show where he was going off on, I guess, the person that he had been previously dating. Um, Let me see. If not, I guess we'll talk about it probably later tonight. If not, or I'll try to look for it again towards the end of the live. But if matter of fact, if y'all see the post on Twitter at me at JamiThatsMe so that I can find it and we could talk about it because the man was crazy basically. Okay, but anywho, let's get back to the notes. All right. So Nigel and Liv. So he says he thinks she's regretting her decision when it came down to choosing him. I kind of feel like I wouldn't have gave a damn about none of that. I'm just glad to have been saved. I know you're here to make a connection with somebody else, but if you understand the show, then you would know that if it's not her, it could potentially be somebody else, a bombshell that's gonna come into the house or whatever like that. So, you know, anywho, I felt like the decision just happened. I feel like the decision didn't happen more than maybe an hour ago, and here you are over here spiraling for whatever reason. Liv is like, I just sent the close friend home, and I'm sad about that. Okay, that's what's going on. He says he just doesn't want her to regret her decision, sir. Sir, excuse me. Can you come to the front, please? Paging Nigel. Listen, honey. Okay. It's too late. Whatever the decision is, it's too late. You don't want her to regret that decision. You don't have control over that. If she regrets it, it is what it is. And that really is her issue, not yours. Okay. It was her decision. She stood up there. She had the chance to save a friend. She chose not to. That's something she's going to have to live with. I'm sorry. I wouldn't give a damn. I would not give no damn. You over here trying to see, you strike me as a man that just likes friction like that. And it was so interesting when I saw those messages, that screenshot swarming around. And I'm like, I skimmed through it. I didn't read it in its entirety, but I skimmed through it and I'm like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because that's the energy that he was giving. You seem like the type of person that does not know how to just have a easygoing relationship. You got to have a push or pull or something going on, like, let me put his name in and see if anything comes up because that's crazy. Let's keep going though in the meantime. So she says she made a decision and she didn't want to make, and because she isn't all over him doesn't mean she's no, I think she said that she made a decision as far as, having to choose him over her friends. She didn't really want to have to be the one to make the decision or whatever, but she made it. It is what it is. And she says that just because I'm not all over you at this time doesn't mean that I'm not really feeling you. Like, I'm trying to process and I'm trying to deal with something. And see, that's another I wouldn't be able to do Nigel. I just would not be able to, like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And you just got in the villa and you already feeling entitled like that. Oh baby. Oh baby, you got to go. Baby, you got to go. And let me tell you what I loved about it. You over here complaining, and baby, you ain't even got to complain much longer. Okay? It's giving in and out. It's giving you're here and then you're out. For sure. I was glad. I said, I'm glad they shipped him up out of there real quick, honey. He says he doesn't take their coupling lightly, is what he says. First, he says he's questioning whether he wanted to even be chosen by her. I said, this is a person that doesn't understand the game. You don't understand the game. You just saw opportunity to go on a dating show and you just said, okay, cool, sign me up. But he didn't understand. He didn't understand. He just decided to come along because I just don't think anybody would have had their response had they known how this show works. That was stupid. So then he says he doesn't take their coupling lightly, and he says he isn't feeling good about it. You don't take it lightly, but then you don't feel good about it. Liv is like, well, that's on you. Don't put me on it. Don't put that shit on me. I ain't got nothing to do with, like, listen, if that's how you want to feel, baby, feel that way. Go ahead on. Okay, scoot back up off me. Okay, I'm a little tired of this shit. So he says, I'm not trying to do that. She says her friend went home. She's upset. It ain't got nothing to do with you. That's just what I got going on. I couldn't deal with this man, y'all. They made the best decision. He probably would have made decent TV down the road, but being that you weren't one of the originals in the house, and nobody's really gonna care for real, I don't think. Well, maybe we would have because we cared enough with the Jana and Connor situation, but I'm just glad that you're gone. And then you need so much attention. And then you also strike me as a person that will most of the time highlight what the partner is doing wrong, but walk around like you perfect. It's just something about you. I just, can't do it. Nigel asked for a hug, and that was crazy to me. Like, why is you over here snapping off on this lady? Feeling a way about not feeling wanted after they just eliminated somebody that's been in the villa for oh so long. And then you got the audacity to ask her for a hug. Baby, I love when Liv was like, listen, I ain't affectionate like that. Get up off me. I gotta go. I ain't affectionate like I loved it. I said, yes, ma'am. Keep going. Go on about your business. I loved every bit of it. I said, baby, you keep getting rejected left and right. I can't wait till you get rejected the hell up out this villa. You asked Serena for a kiss. She was like, peace out. You over here asking my girl Liv for a hug. She said, no, thank you. Okay. And then when it came down to making a decision, we all knew who was going to be standing behind who at the end of the day. Girl, them producers is so messy. But baby, y'all producing the hell out this one. Understand. So Liv, Nicole, and Kayla are talking the next morning, and of course they giving updates as far as Liv giving the girls updates. And the girls was, looking like, why the hell is he feeling away? They was looking like the rest of America was looking like, that's crazy. It's only been a few hours. Like, we're gonna need you to chill out, okay? Actually, I think that was that night. I think it was that night before the next morning. So anywho, he goes and talks with Cordell. And shout out to Cordell, because I was one of the people that was playing Cordell out. I'm not going to hold y'all. So, I know y'all going to tap me in the comments, girl. But I was one of the people, because the way he was having the conversations with Serena in the beginning, I said, Cordell is slow. What is going on, But Cordell has definitely come a long way. I think Cordell may have a good chance of winning. I do. I think he do. If he's up against Leah, it's going to be very tough, though. But if anybody were to win this season, I do believe it's going to be between Leah and Cordell and whoever they partnered up with. And I hate to say it, but I don't. I slick want them to keep the money. Whoever y'all partnered up with, don't share. Don't share nothing. So anywho, Cordell goes and he talks with Nigel or whatever. So they're having a conversation, and Nigel says that he feels like Liv is closed off and she's regretting letting Connor go. And it's like, I thought the bombshells were watching the show before they entered the villa. And if you saw that and you saw how Connor was with Janae, I wouldn't give not one damn. If you watched it and you saw how Liv was with Rob and then with Hakeem, and then you know what I'm saying, she can't really find her match too much. I wouldn't give not one damn. Like, and now I'm starting to think, y'all, as I'm thinking about it, I feel like Nigel, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this. I feel like Nigel may have been given a bigger reaction to things for camera purposes. I'm starting to think he did that to get camera time, create some type of friction. Like, of course, they're going to get a camera time, right? Yeah, da 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 da. But I feel like he was trying to get extra or something. Like, I think he was trying to, I don't know. Something about it just was, and then that could just be who the hell he is, right? It just could just be because he's a difficult ass person, period. So anywho, Cordell says that listen, okay. Listen, Cordell, funny. I'm like, Cordell, what's your zodiac, honey? You remind me of my little brother. Cordell, like, he said, listen, dog, she had to make a decision. Okay. At the end of the day, if she wasn't interested in getting to know you, big dog, like she wouldn't even chose you. Because honestly, if you really want to get down to it, dog, for real, she really could have picked Connor and just had a friendship type and waited for the next person to come in, fam. Like, she really could have. But she didn't. So it's obvious that, it's something there that she want to get to know you and see what you're really talking about. Now, see, this is interesting. Let me tell y'all my thoughts about this. Now, first of all, shout out to Cordell because Cordell wasn't lying. And Cordell is like really young. So shout out to him for giving your big grown some advice. All right. But aside from that, all right. What I also love that Cordell said, she don't really move at your pace. Yeah, he had to use his experience with Serena. If she don't move at your pace, then that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean that she won't come around like it's all good. But here's my thing, y'all. The girls got some type of alliance going on. And I'm not really mad at it because Cordell made so much sense to me. I know that Liv knows that Nigel came around only to secure another time in the villa, right? And I do believe, just like a lot of these guys' preferences are not black women first, I feel like hers is not a black man first. She chose who she was more interested in, and that was Rob. That is her type, right? So I feel like she definitely could have chose Connor, kept him here, right? Whether he was kind of her type, just her friend, or whatever. I'm saying what I'm really trying to say is Nigel is not really her type, so she didn't have to choose him at all. At all. And when I'm thinking about this, I think the girls made a full-on decision together, and I'm so not mad at this, to say Connor ass has to go. I think Connor was going to go whichever way it went. Connor ass was out. Especially if the girls had anything to do with it, I would not be surprised. And these are the live feeds that they will never give us. But I would not be surprised if they had their conversation like, yo, if it came down to choosing a dude to go. Like, I think they have those conversations often. And maybe the guys do too. But Connor was definitely finna go, especially when they learned that it was their turn. Like, they definitely, and just seeing how things played out today, I say them girls is finna stick together until they can't stick together no damn more. Okay? That's probably why they were so upset with Leah for not standing in the decision that they made when it came to eliminating somebody. They probably was upset about, because it's like, Beatrice, we all came together, said we're going to stand in this together. So for you to try and distance yourself from our alliance or whatever we made a pact on, that's foul. And that's why after a while, when she slept on it, she realized after she tried to push past the Rob thing, she was like, I understand where they're coming from. I get it, because if I would have X, Y, and Z and did the same thing, then, I would, if they would have did that to me, I would have been mad. Yeah, that's because y'all got a little pack going on, and I'm not really mad at it, okay? Liv talks about Nigel, and you know what? Let me go back. Was it last season? I feel like at some point towards the end, I don't know if it was last season. I don't think it was the season before last. If not, correct me. I really don't. But I feel like it could have been last season where a lot of people that they started out with did not make it to the end. And maybe it was another season I'm thinking about. But I feel like a lot of people that came in together, they didn't make it all the way to the end. And I feel like they're going to make sure most of the originals make it to the end. But anywho, so Liv talks about Nigel and Rob. Okay. And she talks about Nigel. Rob comes over and says if he would have come in, if she would have come in. And I don't really like how he said that. If she would have come in and she was acting how she was acting, things would be a lot different. So that's another one for you, Leah. That if she would have gave him different energy, he would have been left because he was never that into you from the beginning. You were always more into him, but out of the bunch, he probably saw you as the most attractive, right out the gate, originally. But I don't really like that he said that because I'm like, you really could have took the time out to get to know her more and more at that time. It took her to kind of defend you and have your back on a situation for you to then all of a sudden start shifting how you see her. Because it wasn't there before until she started having your back. But let's keep going. So, next morning, Liv tells the girls she went to sleep very upset. She felt bad. And then Kayla says something that I was like, Kayla, shut up. I always find myself saying, Kayla, shut up. Kayla says, whenever your emotions are heightened, it's the time for the dude to not be the biggest baby. Like when your emotions are like really heightened. I said, shut the hell up. You're not in a position to give anybody advice right now. In my personal, Kayla, just shut up, okay? Because wasn't your emotions heightened not too long ago? And your man was over here being a whole ass baby, crying all over the place. Wham, 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 wham. Right? Just listen to your girls. Just you don't have to always have an opinion or share thoughts. It's okay to just be quiet and apply your makeup and listen. It's okay. All right? Because your man was doing the same thing and then you turned around and then you end up apologizing to him for eliminating somebody. Girl, anywho, so Nigel pulls Liv to apologize for how he overreacted after he talked to Cordell. He admitted that he was being selfish. He wasn't concerned about her. And Liv says his feelings are valid. Shout out to Liv. She gonna always tell you your feelings valid, but your actions ain't. And I'm gonna get in that ass every time, okay? She says, listen, these are my friends. I spend a lot of time with these people. So of course, when there's a disruption or whatever in our group setting, like I'm gonna feel a way about it, especially when somebody going home. You used to waking up to seeing somebody all day for damn near a week or whatever, then all of a sudden they're gone. Like I'm gonna feel a way about it. All right. She says it wasn't her intentions to make him feel no type of way. She took it hard because she didn't like to hurt her friend's feelings, and she had to make a decision that ultimately was likely going to send him home. Okay. So she does tell him that she's attractive to him, or at least, well, she didn't say she was attracted to him. She did say that he was attractive, but his conversation was given blah. And I'm like, girl, you think I don't believe you, Leah. I don't believe you, girl. So anywho, Leah is putting makeup on, okay, just to get into bed with Miguel. So if she's doing that, then you know out the gate, she likes some Miguel, okay? And I like this for Leah. Let's move forward, okay? She likes him. She's moving on from Rob. I said I don't even think her and Miguel will last. I don't. But I am glad that she's moving on, though, okay? Now, ultimately, I do think Miguel is only in it for the game, and he knows the public heavily favors Leah. But then that's the other thing. Does he know that the public heavily favors her, or does he assume the public favors him? Right? He may stay in that coupling with her because he may think that the public favors them together. Right? So I think because of that, he may stick with her. He definitely gonna go and show his ass and cost up more. And you really gonna have to be a head turner for him to come back. But you know, some part of me feels like Miguel just may be that full of himself that he thinks America really likes him, to the point where he can probably go over to Casa Amor, bring another woman back, and expect to continue to pass through the votes. Right? So I don't know. I saw some people on Twitter like, yeah, Miguel and everybody knows that the public favors Leah. And it's like, but do they really know though? Do they really know? Or does he think that we favoring him? I don't know. So anywho, yeah, so she's getting to know Miguel, they're vibing, and all seems to be well. Now, when it comes to Rob and Cassidy, Rob is over there purposely being a fucking jerk. being a jerk for no reason. She over here asking this man about his favorite snake, and it's crazy because she has to get to his level. Like, let me ask him about things that he's interested in. Let me ask him about stuff like that I know for a fact he likes, to see if I can pull more of a personality out of him. Girl, he's not giving you nothing on purpose, okay? She asked him about his favorite snake. Said the next one. The next who? Who you talking about, baby? The next, what you talking about? And at one point, I'm not gonna hold y'all, I thought he was gonna call Leah a snake. I did. I thought he was gonna say Leah is a snake. Okay. But he didn't. And then he acts like he doesn't hear her because he act like he dazed off and she's talking. He's like, huh? What? Like, what the? And these are people. Now I'm knowing when he's not interested in you, you're definitely going to know. I feel like Rob acts like one of those guys, one of those little jocks or whatever from school that knew they was fine, knew all the girls liked him or whatever like that, and they gave him a pass to just be a shitty person. And that's what he gets. I think the ladies over in the villa may have hyped him up a bit too much, or maybe Miss Leah herself has hyped him up too much. And now he over here showing his ass all because he mad that Andrea still ain't there. Okay. When he know he had an opportunity to go and be with her and chose not to go. I'm not gonna fault him for not going because he didn't have to go. I don't give a damn what he said. Okay. If Miguel left and Leah was like, I'm leaving, and then she changed her damn mind by the end of the night, good for you. But my issue is, don't sit your ass in the villa after you chose to stay and still act like you want to go. That's my issue. Go home, honey. Go home, Roger. Anywho, let's see. Yeah, so he's acting like a jerk. I just feel like that was disrespectful as hell. I didn't know why he was over here torturing her, and more importantly, I don't know why she was over there torturing her damn self for the longest, trying to have a conversation. And then she finally gets up and walks off. I'm like, girl, you should have been got the hell on. She was trying though. And that's sad. Like, she really was trying to get through to Rob. She was. And he was just not letting it happen. Aaron ends up bringing Kayla to Soul Ties to let her know that I kind of love. Now, let me scale that back like my boy Rob did. I like you a lot. You know what I'm saying? I love the way that you, curl your hair. I love the way that you paint your nails, is what he was doing. He wanted to list the 10 things that he loved about her instead of the 10 things that he hated about her. So I guess the last one would have been the 10th thing he hated about her was the fact that he don't hate her at all. Okay, shout out to my favorite movie. Okay, 10 things I hate about you. But anywho, girl, yeah. Okay, I guess that was the final one. Okay. She's feeling the same kind of way. So I guess they're on the verge of telling each other they're in love. And let me tell y'all why I feel like the producers was messy for highlighting this. Because Kayla finna get it, not Kayla, but Aaron finna get the Casa more and show his ass. Yeah. He finna cut the. I really believe this. I do believe this. I believe that he's going to get to Casa more. He's going to show his arse. And he knows that Kayla is so into him, in my personal, that he could do whatever and she is going to forgive him. Now, y'all, and be honest, because I feel like I ain't the only person that think that. I think that too. I think that he can go and kiss 1,000 girls and she's still going to be standing there hanging on. Okay? Because she's been over there jumping his bones like crazy, and I feel like that's what she's more in love with than him. But anywho, so Rob tells Aaron he still misses Andrea. He acts like he wants to see what happens with Cassidy. I said, you can't possibly, Rob, want to see what happens with Cassidy. And see, this is where I feel things be shot out of order in my personal. But I know it wasn't shot out of order because Aaron told Rob about the situation with no, it still could have been shot out of order. Aaron tells Rob about how he almost said, I love, but he didn't. He just loves things about her, right? I feel like Rob shot this scene with Aaron before he went and had this piss poor ass conversation with her, so much so that she walked off. And then it was at one point of the show, when she was over there trying to talk to him, he gave her a side eye. I was like, this man is not interested in you, girl. Stop torturing yourself like Leah and let it go. Okay, just move on, my love. So that's what's going on. Let's see what else. So Cassidy, all right. Oh, this was also when Rob had said that he wanted to talk to Liv. Cause y'all know he was already admiring her not too long ago. Okay. Because she looks sexy walking around the house. She's kind of grew on him. I think it's because of the support that she's shown him, because I don't think he saw her vulnerable moment. So I really think that I think the girl saw that when she went to the dressing room. She cried. She was emotional about it. I don't think Rob saw that. He could have, but I really think it's tied to her having his back and standing 10 toes behind him. And that is what's making him more attracted to her. So much so that he'll turn his head from the one girl he truly misses, which is Andrea. But okay, child. So, anywho, Cassidy and Leah. Oh, and you know what else they told me about him? He is so much like Leah, because he's toxic too. Just like Leah admits that, I'm a toxic person, and I'm saying I need to go to see a therapist, whatever. I need somebody that's going to put me in the psych ward. I feel like he likes that too, in a sense. That whole push and pull he had with Leah, he was enjoying that at the top of the season. And then seeing how Liv is not going to hold her tongue and she's going to put him in his place every chance she gets. He likes that type of energy. And I feel like Andrea gave off a little bit of that feistiness too. That's what Rob's like. That's what Rob likes. He's a fucking character. And he's just as toxic as everybody else. What else? So Cassidy and Leah talk, and Cassidy likes the challenge of getting to know Rob. Girl, that's beyond a challenge. She says that she was hesitant. Oh yeah, I think she said she was hesitant to get to know him originally because he wasn't really giving her anything to go off of. And Leah says, when she was kind of hesitant to even tell Leah more, Leah was like, I'm good, girl. Like, you really can't tell me. You know what I'm saying? I might still have this much more feelings for him because I do have a little bit of peace, but it ain't as big as it was after he embarrassed me in front of everybody. So, I mean, I got a little piece of like in there for him, and I'm always care about him, but it's not like that because I get to lay next to this fine man every night. I have somebody that's desirable enough for me to want to move on beyond Rob. So you can tell me whatever it is you want to tell me, girl. So what you got to say to me? I'm listening. Okay. So then Leah says Rob is a good person. Leah, you just might be the good person, Leah. Okay. Now you may have had your times, bitch, and everybody does. But for you to call this man a good person after he led you to the fire pit to be burned, scorched, girl, and torched, ma'am, in front of everybody. Ooh, honey, girl, you talking about he a good person, and hopefully, and it was a struggle for her. That's how I know she still got feelings for Rob. It was such a struggle for her to say, hopefully they are a match with each other. Baby, it was a struggle for Leah to get that out her mouth, honey. Okay? And I'm like, let it go, Leah. You got to let it go all the way. You can't try and hold on. You can't be spiteful. You got to completely let it go. And that's when you know if it's yours, because it might possibly come back. And when it do, you just might not want it for real or something. I don't know. Ain't no telling. Rob may try and spin the block for this season over. I don't know. Okay. Now, what else? Leah and Cassie, yeah, they talk about how much they like each other and all of that. Like, you're great. I really felt like when I came into the villa, you were one of the first people I talked to. You and such and such. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I could really rock with this girl. And like, I just had like a really great time. Da da da. I was like, yikes. Oh, girl. After the fact, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, ooh, y'all had that whole conversation, honey. I don't know if she liked you as much as you liked her. Okay. So then Rob and Liv have a talk. Rob says he never wants people to think he's a nice guy, of course, because he asked her about how are things going with Nigel. She's like, it's cool. He's a nice guy. He was like, oh, I would never want people to think I'm a nice guy. She says, why? He's like, because then you can let them down. She's like, oh, you're right. So they're just having small talk and stuff. They're vibing with each other. She said that she would have picked him. And I think he said, no, you don't have to just say that. She was like, no, I'm being serious. Like, I really was going to pick you. He was like, oh, it's because that means that you like me. Okay, so this is the first woman we're really seeing Rob develop a connection with outside of Miss Andrea, and this person has been there all along. Okay, now I still feel like Rob may go to the villa, and I'm sorry, to Casa Amor, and find somebody else possibly, or he might go over there and just show his R's and still come back, hoping that Liv is available. Okay. I also think, and I may have said this before, but I also feel like Rob operates how he does because one, he doesn't give a damn, and two, he knows the producer's gonna keep him around. And I can't say he shouldn't act like that because they brought his ass back from Casa Amor last year. Y'all thought he was that fantabulous and that amazing that you had to have him on a new season. So obviously he knew somebody to damn talk to get into the new season. Now he's on this new season. His girl got sent home. Okay, which is probably why he threw a fit, because he about thought he had some control over that just a bit and realized he didn't. Okay, ain't no telling who else he talked to and decided that he was going to stay, because that was something Andrea mentioned. I mean Ariana mentioned on the After Sun. She just pretty much talked about how she didn't think that he was going to leave, but she was also kind of calling his bluff, but also like didn't want him to leave for the sake of television at the same time. Didn't say Aaron and the guys wasn't going to let him leave. That was enough for me to believe that somebody else talked to him and kind of got in his head about, just wait. If it's really supposed to be that person will be available to you, outside of the show. And so, yeah, but that's one thing about Rob. I just feel like Rob out got a connection. That's why he operate the way he do now, because he know he ain't going home. And if he do go home, it's gonna be towards the end of the season. Who child? That's why they send the votes up the way they do. But anywho, so Rob says that he's been liking her for a long time, or at least for some time now. So we gonna see what's gonna happen between the both of them. Liv, of course, likes him, but she's on reserve. And Liv, you should be on reserve. And in all honesty, I probably wouldn't even choose Rob. I don't give a damn how interested he is in you, because of how he shown himself the first time you tried to link with him, how he showed himself with Leah, and when he was getting with Andrea, but not giving Leah all of the facts, right? And then just how he really concocted that whole plan to embarrass the dog hell out of Leah, okay? Down to the fire pit. Hello? And had a conversation with you and said, I would like for this to be kept between us. Girl, yes. And I don't know, girl. Don't be all in on him. Go find somebody in Casa. Anywho, so I cannot recall who got the text, but somebody got a text, okay? They got that text at the end of the night, honey. It was time to go and see what the votes were, because America has indeed voted. Come on, America, honey. America had voted, and Leah and Miguel were the first couple to be saved. Okay, so out of all of the couples, I think America had to vote for their favorite couple, and Leah and Miguel were the first ones to be saved. Jana and Kenny were next. Jana was so shocked, and I was like, "Yes, girl, you're up there. You're up there. Okay, you may be runner up." Okay, but I don't know. I don't know. Them people in the top: Cordell, Janae, and Leah. Now, Cordell and Serena are not our favorite couple, but Cordell is one of our favorite people. Okay. Kayla and Aaron were next, Cordell and Serena, and then Kendall and Nicole. So that left two couples, that left Liv and Nigel, and then it left Cassidy and Rob. All right. So they're standing out front, all four of them, looking shameful. But Rob, I don't know, y'all. I feel like I see it. I feel like Keke Palmer. I know him, y'all. I know him. I do. I feel like his facials don't give a whole lot. Unless something happens that he don't like when it comes to Leah, you could see something in his cheek, like he'll like clench his teeth or something like that. You could see that like in his jawline. I'm sorry. But I feel like when he be standing up there, it's giving two vibes. Either one, I know I'm not going home, or two, I don't give a damn if I do. Or either I don't give a damn because I know I'm not. Okay. But that's his face never really gives frightened to me. Like everybody else be scared for their lives. Their eyes damn near be bulging out their damn heads. Okay. Some people can't even look. They gotta look at the ground because they look like they're gonna throw up. Okay. It's a lot. But Rob doesn't give that in them overalls. Okay. Now, and that's another reason. That's another thing when it comes to the damn producers. Let me say, Rob knows somebody, because I do not believe that it was Rob's decision to come on the show and constantly wear overalls all of the time. I don't even think he came to Casa Amor like that last year. Don't quote me, but Y'all let me know if he did. I can't remember. I feel like he didn't, but I can't remember. I feel like that's a producer in his ear. Hey, every time we do elimination, I think you should wear the overalls. That'll get the people talking. Like, yeah, okay. Rob knows somebody. But anywho, so let's get this away because this was a mess. All right. So this was crazy. The two Islanders, they said it's four of them up there. They say, listen, two Islanders is going home, and your people are gonna have to make the decision ultimately. What was killing me softly was how the camera was panning to different people, and everybody was throwing their head back. Everybody. I said, y'all was over here really. I think it went from Leah to Nicole, and it may have been somebody else right before Leah. But I'm like, girl, y'all already know who y'all gonna pick. Why y'all over here being dramatic? I guess for the cameras. Why y'all being dramatic like y'all already don't know who y'all choosing? Because if y'all had to choose the girl to save, y'all know y'all gonna go with who's been here from the beginning. Now, she may not have been here from like the tip top, but she was like the first bombshell to come in. Y'all gonna keep y'all girl. If the girls had to choose the guys, y'all gonna choose Rob even with his function. Y'all gonna choose Rob. Especially y'all would choose Rob because y'all don't want the other guys upset with y'all the way that they were upset with y'all for Andrea going home. So all y'all throwing y'all head back like, oh, this is so hard. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Why? Like, you know how you moving. Okay? And that's the only thing I'll give Serena, because Serena didn't really make too much of a facial, for real, for real. She had already told Cordell, we got to save Leah. Like, she always whispers to him what's finna go down. Like, I don't give a damn what you do, but these the people you better save. She go ahead and whispers, okay? Let's keep going. Now, you did do something fake as hell, and I'm going to clock that too later, Serena. So everyone's throwing their head back, acting like they pressed, okay? They said, listen, Islanders, this is what's going to happen. Y'all going to have to stand behind the person that y'all would like to save and keep in the villa, baby, okay? So pretty much all of the guys walk up, okay? All of the guys walk up to stand behind Rob. First person to get up, I think Serena went and stood behind Liv, and then Cordell went to stand behind Rob. All right. Then everybody else followed in line. Now, when it came to Janae, of course, Janae went and stood behind Liv, but her partner, Kenny, went and stood behind Nigel. I had no issue with that because number one, Nigel was already outnumbered. He wasn't going to stay. That's one. Two, that's the person you came in with. You really don't know these guys like that. You're getting to know them. So I had no issues with that, right? Girl, let me tell you what was messy as hell. Now, first of all, shout out to Kenny and shout out to, was it Aaron? No, Miguel. Kenny and Miguel. They dapped up Nigel, but they went and they stood behind Rob, okay? And I feel like Miguel could care less, but if it came down to it and the guys had to vote, I feel like he don't want that animosity. So he went with where the most votes were. Now you get to the girls, okay? I think Kayla may have said how much she loved the blondie. I think it was her. Then she went and stood behind Liv. And then the last person was Leah. And Leah's like, I love you so much, Cassidy. I love you. Oh, I love you, girl. But I gotta slide over here, boo. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. Is what it was given. Okay. And man, the way Miss Cassidy was looking at the ground, I felt so bad for her. I was like, one shoe. BDB, please. One. Like, not one person got behind this girl. There's a pact, okay? These ladies are going to keep it tight, keep it right, okay? It's just what it is. I mean, Nicole, you didn't want to electric slide and stand behind Cassidy? You know what it's like being a bombshell? You didn't want to stand over there with your fellow bombshell? Nobody? Leah, she just had this conversation with you earlier, telling you tea about Rob and saying what she like about you, and this, you want to stand behind your girl? No, ma'am. She had no one. No one was there. Girl, that is terrible, honey. That is terrible, but expected. Now, when everything was over, who was the first person to go up to Cassidy? Serena, hugging on that girl, talking about something. I'm so sorry. This is so unfair. I'm so sorry. I'm like, Serena, Get your ass back over there. Get your ass back over there, girl. Okay? Talk about this is unfair. Oh, it's unfair now. After you sat your ass up there and gonna whisper to Cordell that Liv gotta stay. Period. Girl, y'all be so fake, but I ain't mad at you, bitch. Because listen, I wouldn't have stood behind her either while I'm talking, girl. I would have stood behind my Liv, honey. Okay, I would have been living for Liv. Sorry. Oh, it was nice to know you. I'm so glad that you came through the villa. Do you need help with your things? Because I would not have been standing either. I'm so sorry, ma'am. What else happened? So they get to the dressing room. Now this is where I was with Miss Cassidy. Though I ain't gonna hold you, because like when sometimes like when you pissed off, you may not want to be around people, okay? Cassidy ended up telling him something like, she felt fucking stupid, she felt dumb or something like that. Like what happened out there was really messed up or whatever. And then she was like, guys, you don't have to sit here with me, as I pack my things. Like you guys can really go in there. And it was like, no, we're good. Like we're not going anywhere. We're gonna sit here. If y'all don't get your, we gonna turn this whole upside down. Y'all can go ahead and leave, please. Okay? Y'all wasn't sitting when it came to standing beside me or getting behind me, but you also want to sit in front of me as I pack? How embarrassing. Like, girl, I feel like she had a right to be in her feelings. Because it wasn't even like they were assisting her for real. They was just staring at her. So she goes to the bathroom. She's like, oh, wait, I have something in the bathroom. She probably went in there to like, Nam yo ho renge yo, nam yo ho renge yo, nam yo ho renge yo. I feel like that's what she went to go and do, okay? So when she's back there, you got Kayla's like, oh my God. Like, I feel like she thinks that everybody's like staring at her as she pack her things. And Janae said, it's because we are. We are. Like, we are literally standing here, like, staring at her as she get her shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's what we're doing. Hilarious. So then, here go Leah. She's got me. So then Nicole with her dramatic fake ass, okay, she crouches all down like, oh, I can't. And then Leah's like in the mirror. I was like, I cannot, but I'm loving it. I'm like, camera, production, y'all are doing y'all job. Y'all are doing your fucking jobs, bro. Understand. So then this is when Cassidy's like, hey Leah, you want to have a conversation outside real quick? You want to have a chat? So they go out there and talk, child. She done pull Leah out there, honey. She tells her, listen, like, I wasn't really expecting that. Like, I felt like, I had your back and I was getting to know you and I had your back. I was really showing loyalty to you, even though, like, I barely knew you. So I was just really surprised that, like, nobody was, like, behind me. I would have expected it to be you, of all people. And Leah is like, well, I don't really know what to tell you. Like, I'm literally wearing Liv's clothing. Like, I don't know what kind of person I would have been to like be wearing her clothing and standing behind you. Like, you do know we had an argument earlier this week. You know what I'm saying? Where she felt like I played her out. And I was not willing to take that risk again, knowing that I actually have on her clothing. Like, are you crazy? I don't even know you like that, actually. And matter of fact, it's you choosing to be loyal to me. I didn't even ask you for those things. That is what you wanted to do. Don't put that on me. That's what I was getting, okay? So then Cassidy said, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like if I would have had at least one person behind me, like I had like not one, and I just feel like if I would have had one, like that really would have made a difference. Like, it's just really unfortunate. Like, it's just so messed up. Like, nobody stood behind me. Like, you see what I'm saying? And I'm like, hell no, because let me tell you something, baby, you still would have had one and one not enough. Hello, you still was gonna go home. So what was it gonna do? It was gonna make you feel good that you had at least that one person behind your back, so you feel like you had a friend in the villa. I guess it would have helped your ego. It would have made that much of a difference to your ego to know that somebody supported you, girl. Yikes, okay? And if you want to be mad at somebody not standing behind you, girl, you need to be mad at Kenny, motherfucking ass, girl. Call Kenny. Kenny, come to the front. Kenny, Kenny, come to the front, please. Paging Kenny to the front. Let me tell you something. Because they told y'all to stand behind the Islander. I don't know if I can't remember. Now, y'all correct me because I don't remember them telling them to stand behind the guy. Did they say that? I don't remember them saying stand behind the guy that you would support or stand behind the girl that you would support. I thought they said stand behind the Islander that you would support. But correct me if I'm wrong in this. I know y'all gonna do that anyway because that's just how y'all is, right? But if they indeed said stand behind the Islander, Kenny came in with you. Kenny could have stood behind you. You know what I'm saying? Versus him going over there with Nigel. So I feel like ask Kenny why the hell he didn't stay too. And he don't, you know what I'm saying? So, child, it is what it is, okay? Nigel get back there trying to give a little piece of a speech saying how he grateful he done met everybody and stuff, child. And then next thing you know, they was packing their bags and they was going ahead and they was exiting the villa, honey. So that's how the episode went. I am so disappointed that I cannot find these text messages of Liv and this man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the text messages from that oh, is this it? Oh, I think I found it. Oh, I think they like me. Okay. So these is the messages, girl. This is what they saying. Now they say this is alleged. This is alleged. Okay. Now they saying that. Let me see if it got a little hold on now. Let me go over here and see. Okay. So they said my girl Liv dodged the bullet, and this is what the messages is over here alleging about this man. And so he done sent all these text messages to this girl. Now, for the people that don't watch Pop the Balloon, that Pop the Balloon guy when the girl had said he looked like a Ninja Turtle, this makes me think of him and how he was over there constantly sending messages, right, to a person. So this what he says. Oh, I almost forgot. So are these messages in the same? Okay. This is how they come. So I don't know what was said prior. It just says, oh, I almost forgot. Consider this tough love, but lose some weight. No, he didn't. Take more showers and lay off the vape. Wash your vajayjay. Clean after yourself. Learn some financial discipline and don't let a 9-year-old boy dictate how you live your life. It's pathetic. If you're so adamant on how a man treats you, you should probably start with working on how you treat yourself. Jesus. So with that being said, maybe those are things she might need to work on. I don't know. But with that being said, it makes me feel like you got in that relationship with every intention of taking care of her. You got in that relationship with her with every bit of taking advantage of her, knowing that these are things that she's lacking. Now, you could have got in it to potentially help her or elevate her, but the way that you lashing out on her is giving you already saw these things and you wanted to enter the relationship to, you know what I'm saying, possibly take advantage, because while you over there talking something you should start working on. If you're so adamant about how a man treats you, then you should start working on yourself. You should work on how you treat yourself first. Sir, I do feel like as a man, like you should, if you're trying to treat her right, that should just be who you are. You know, I don't think that should be dependent upon really about how she treat herself. She could treat herself bad, but if you're just a good, genuine man, then that just should be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Now, based on how she is, you may not put up with certain things and you may not be with her. But, yeah. So this is what was said. Okay. I see somebody saying in the chat, I'm confused. What? I'm confused. Okay. I'm going to read it again real quick and there's more to it. Okay. These are messages that an ex of Nigel, okay, an alleged ex of Nigel has put out. These alleged text messages. They're floating all over Twitter. Okay. So I'm gonna reread what he just said to this person. They screenshotted the messages, and these messages were around June 1st of 2024. When did the show start? Shortly after that. Okay. So he says, oh, I almost forgot. Consider this tough love, but lose some weight. Take more showers, lay off the vape, wash your vajayjay. Clean after yourself. Learn some financial discipline, and don't let a 9-year-old boy dictate how you live your life. It's pathetic. If you're so adamant on how a man treats you, you should probably start with working on how you treat yourself. Okay? Then sends another message, and this is Nigel's message to a ex, okay? Or whatever they were. He says, disclaimer, drunk text. And I'm like, I don't know nobody that's ever sent a drunk text that said disclaimer before it. I don't know anybody that sent a tipsy or a drunk text before they sent it with disclaimer in front of it and wrote a full paragraph. I feel like some drunk text is going to come in not full paragraphs, but this message and that message and this sent, and then I'm going to send this, and then I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? But this look like a long ass message. Like, you want that drunk? What's your baby? Let's keep going. So then this is an alleged text. I'm going to keep saying it, alleged text from Nigel. He says, it's official. I'm flying out to Fiji on Tuesday, and I can't help but think about the person who got me here in the first place. You see the blaming? It's giving the same energy that was given to Liv. You made me feel away because you were sad about your friend going. Like, I feel away. I don't think you really want to be in this coupling. Do you really want to? It's like, you do too damn much, okay? It's giving that you know you're not attractive. It's giving you never get the energy that you want from women, okay? And you have to do too much and try and damn near fight it out of them. I can't. So he says, alleged. I probably mean nothing to you at this point, but I just want to leave you with this. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life that have cost me a lot of time, a lot of money, but more importantly, they've cost me people, okay? He goes on to say, especially someone who I held most dear to my heart. You were one of those people to me, and I will always appreciate the time we spent together, good or bad. So you actually act like you don't want a fucking lottery. And you're really out of here. And not you sitting up here talking about something, because I'm on your ass now. I'm on your ass, okay? Sitting up here talking about what he said, especially someone who I held most dear to my heart, because you said you made a lot of mistakes that cost you. Especially someone that was more dear to your heart. But you just told the person that's dear to your heart, lose some weight. Take more showers, lay off the vape, wash your vajayjay, clean after yourself, learn some financial discipline. Okay? I think those things were kind of harsh. I mean, that might be something they need to do. I don't know, but I feel like you sent the message to attack. Make them feel away. You know what I'm saying? Make them feel lower than what they is, child. But anywho, so he says, you were one of those people to me, and I will always appreciate the time we spent together, good or bad. I was a real piece of shit to you, such and such. I two-timed you. I stonewalled, gaslit, and raised my voice at you when I didn't get my way. I treated you in such a disposable manner. So you get a ticket to Fiji. Girl, what's going on? You get a ticket to Fiji, and now you want to clean up your stuff? Girl, this is messy here, honey. Now you want to clean up your stuff. You know what else is given? You just might know how this show works. You just might know how this show works. It didn't seem like it when you was in the villa, the way you wanted to make her feel away about sending home a friend or whatever. And truthfully, it's Connor. We don't care. We more so care about Liv's feelings, right? But you knew enough to where you want to try to clean this up because people are likely going, because one thing they're going to do is dig in the past over here on Love Island. I do feel like more people are watching the show though, because I'm seeing way more tweets and stuff like that. And I just hope it don't get too crazy to where they just, because girl, the audience will turn us off a show. But anywho, I feel like you knew they would dig in your stuff. So now you trying to come back and be apologetic. But it's something about this that's still giving manipulative. Something about it. You rubbing it in their face. This a drunk text. You flying out to Fiji. It's official. You finna leave them behind. And then after you told them to get their life together pretty much, they never responded to you. You just come back sending a whole different message. Child, let's keep going. Then goes on to say, I'm far from perfect, and I've made that painfully obvious to you. But regardless of how things ended with us, you opened my eyes to how beautiful a relationship can be. And for that, first of all, it's the fact that you had to send drunk text disclaimer before you sent this whole message, when that's all you had to say was apologize for your whole actions or whatever the first time around, instead of dragging this person. Clean your vajayjay. Clean after yourself. Yeah, all the stuff that you were saying, like that was not nice. Anywho, he thought he was finna really go on this show and be something big. Only for you to come back. And what, you was only there for what, 24, 48 hours? In and out? I can't. So then he says, I'm far from perfect. And I've made that painfully obvious to you. But regardless of how things ended with us, you opened my eyes to how beautiful a relationship can be. And for that, I will forever be grateful. I truly, truly wish you nothing but happiness and abundance from the bottom of my heart. Nigel over here talking like his damn world, his life for to take off. It's not. What's going on? No, it's not. We're not going to let that go. No, sir. Absolutely not. Clown. Girl, no, he didn't. Yes, he did, child. I said, girl, no, he did not. Sitting over here ain't gonna play in that lady face like that. Girl, I just want to give y'all a piece of what Nigel was over here saying. Okay, so that's what the people is saying. He's a fool. This is all given alleged as a text message has been leaked out regarding him and a ex. Okay, but needless to say, he has been sent home out of the villa. So we'll probably find out what text message he gonna send to them later. Now that he's kicked the hell out. As well as Miss Cassidy is gone as well. Okay, so good luck. Hate that for them, but that is all that I have. I wanted to come to you guys and make sure we got this review out. I do plan, if nothing messes up, okay, I do have a 6-month-old, okay, because he'll turn up on me sometimes, okay, so I might not be able to get to y'all when y'all want, okay, but I do plan to come to you guys this evening after the Love Island USA Casa More episode. That is my plan, okay, but if you don't see me, girl, just know that I'm on the way. All right, I am on the way, okay, but that's all I got. I thank you guys so much for watching. All right, if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so, and hopefully we can get those likes up as well. So make sure you're liking up the video. Feel free to follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Girl, he do look like a Ninja Turtle. That's not nice. Bye, y'all.